This video is about quadratics, and it's just an introduction to quadratics. Okay, parts of a parabola. Okay, the parent function you should know is just a parabola, so it's just this thing. Okay, now the parts of a parabola. Okay, the vertex is where it changes directions from going down to going up, so that would be a minimum. Or if it opened down, it would be a maximum. Okay, that's your vertex. Axis of symmetry is the line that goes through the vertex, and I'll show you how to find that. Now solutions. There's three possibilities for solutions. Your parabola can have two solutions because it crosses the x-axis in two places. It could have only one solution because it only crosses in one place. Or if your parabola is all wonky and weird and never touches that x-axis, then it would have no solutions. No solutions, one solution, and two solutions. So just remember the line that goes through the vertex, that if you folded each side on one, folded it along that side, the two parts of the parabola would lay on top of one another. It's very easy to find, especially if you know the vertex. Now, finding solutions or zeros. That is the point, the xy coordinates, where it crosses the x-axis. Okay, those are my zeros. Minimum, maximum is my vertex. Axis of symmetry has to deal with the vertex. Zeros or solutions are where it crosses that x-axis. All right, so let's try one of these. You have this equation, f of x equals 2x plus 8x plus 7. So we're going to go to our calculator, we're going to sketch this graph, and then we'll use the calculator to help us find these solutions. All right, so the first equation, we're going to type this in, 2x squared plus 8x plus 7. All right, all we've done is type it in, and we're going to look at the graph. Okay, so we have this graph, and we're going to find the vertex and the zeros from this graph, and then I'll show you how to find the axis of symmetry. So once you have it on here, we need to first of all decide from your graph, is this a max or a minimum? This is a minimum. Looking at that, there's a minimum there. So I'm going to go to second, trace, and it's minimum. So I hit 3. And then there's the flashing X. And you scroll to the left because I want what's just left of the minimum. Hit enter. Then I scroll to the right, and I'm going to go just right of the minimum. Hit enter. I don't want to guess. I want to hit enter one more time. And there's my minimum. So that's basically -2, -1. That point, -2, -1. That's my vertex. From there, I want to find my zeros. Remember, the zeros are the places where it crosses the x-axis. So I go again to second, trace, and notice it says 0. I want my 0. So I hit number 2. So there are 2 zeros. So you have to do this twice. So I'm going to do the left one first, and it says get just left of that one. Hit enter. Move it just to the right a little bit. Hit enter. Don't guess. Give me the real deal. So that first 0 there is -2.71, comma, the y value is 0. All right, that's my first 0. Now I need to get the 0 here on the right. So I'm going to do the same process. Second, trace, 0. Okay, left bound. Okay, I'm going to go just to the left of it, which is weird because it's just a little bit underneath it. Then I scooch up to get just a little right of it. Hit enter. Hit enter one more time. And there's my other 0, which is -1.29, comma 0. All right, so now I have my 2 zeros and my vertex now. I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. All right. Okay, I have my graph, and it's basically kind of looking like this. Okay, roughly. We said the vertex was -2, -1. We said the two solutions were -2.71, comma 0, and -1.29, comma 0. Notice they are points, x, y coordinates. Now, to find my axis of symmetry, notice that's to me the line that I could fold along. And it's going to go right through the vertex. And it's a vertical line. So that means it's a line that is x equals something. Since it's vertical, it's going to go through the vertex. I find out what x equals from the vertex. Okay, so that -2 comes right here, and that is my axis of symmetry. It comes straight from the vertex. All right, let's try this one. If I graph this, x squared minus 10x plus 25. So we're going to look at the calculator one more time. Okay, now we're going to type it in. X squared minus 10x plus 25. Graph it. All right, so here's my graph. Looks like it's only touching that x-axis in one place, which is interesting. So it's a minimum because it opens up. So I'm going to do second and trace. Find the minimum. It's minimum. So left bound. I'm just going to go just to the left of it, just to the right of it. I hit enter. One more time. And you can see there that my minimum is 5, 0. That is my vertex. Now, to be a 0, it means it touches the x-axis. Notice that the y value is a 0, which means it's touching the x-axis. So this minimum is serving two jobs. It is the vertex. It is also a 0. And you'll also notice it does not touch the x-axis in any other place except right here. So there is only one 0 to this equation, which is different, but it happens. Okay, so we graphed it, and it looks like this. Oops, sitting on the x-axis right here, where x is 5. Okay, and this is what our graph is going to look like. I sketch it out. So the vertex we found out was 5, 0. The axis of symmetry then is a vertical line straight through where x is 5. So my answer is x equals 5. And the solutions, it only hits the x-axis in one place, so there is only one solution. So 5, 0. That's all there is to this one. Now in your notes, you're going to answer this one, and on the whisk, you're going to tell me your answer, okay? I know you don't have a graphing calculator. However, you can do this. You're going to plot these points by hand, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. All you need to do is plug in these values for x, get those points, graph them, and tell me what are the solutions to this equation. There may be one, there may be two, there may be none. It just depends on the graph. So graph those points, find the x, y's, graph them, tell me the solution when you're done. Okay, parts of a parabola. Okay, the parent function you should know is just a parabola. So it's just this thing. Okay, now the parts of a parabola. Okay, the vertex is where it changes directions from going down to going up. So that would be a minimum. Or if it opened down, it would be a maximum. Okay, that's your vertex. Axis of symmetry is the line that goes through the vertex, and I'll show you how to find that. Now solutions. There's 3 possibilities for solutions. Your parabola can have 2 solutions because it crosses the x-axis in 2 places. It could have only one solution because it only crosses in one place. Or if your parabola is all wonky and weird and never touches that x-axis, then it would have no solutions. No solutions, one solution, and 2 solutions. So just remember, those are the possibilities when it comes to solutions.